Welcome to Athlete Lives Network exclusive interviews. Today our guest is Davi Dunham, standout football player, East Chicago Central, class of 2000, running back, DB. What's going on, Doc?
What's going on, Carl, man? Glad to see you. First of all, I'm glad to see you doing your thing, man. Big ups to your entertainment. You know what I mean? I'm supporting that big positive movement, man. Everybody out there support what he doing.
Thanks. Basically, man, in our interview today, I want to get a lot of answers from you. Your athletic experiences growing up in East Chicago, your high school days playing ball, your college days, what you're currently doing now, and what advice can you give to future athletes who may be in your position one day? All right.
All right.
So first question is, just kind of tell us who you are and your early influences in sports.
Well, me, I'm Davi Dunham. I come from West Calumet Complex. I come from a city where a lot of people didn't play football, so me coming up, I really didn't have too many neighborhood football players to look at, so I just kind of got players on the screens. I mean, don't say NFL, things like that. That's how I kind of got into football, backyard playing football and things like that. Later
What kind
on,
of players though? Who?
man, I like my guys like Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, man, Richard Haley, Michael Irvin. I used to love Dallas back in the day, Mike Singletary. You know what I mean? Big Bears fan. Go Bears, do your thing. Big ups.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. But I liked a lot of players in the NFL. You know what I mean? Any player that was good. I love a player at the top. I ain't no hater. So anybody that was doing good, I kind of watched. But overall, the Bears, that was my squad right there, pretty much.
Okay, so you said growing up you really didn't play football. So what sports did you play growing up as a kid?
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna say I ain't played football. I mean, I played backyard football, coming from the projects, we ain't had no pee-wee football. So only thing you could do is grab your ball, go to the backyard, got a couple older cats that might be out there, they throw the ball to you. So that's how I kind of learned. We hit each other, no pads, no nothing, just go out there straight raw dog football. So that's how I came up. I played basketball, a lot of bitty ball, all the neighborhood tournaments that we used to have out here in East Chicago. I was always involved in that. Neighborhood community centers, came up in there playing basketball. That was pretty much basketball, football. That was my thing, man.
Okay. So what peers gave you motivation or good competition growing up?
I mean, I had me coming up. My boy Corey Stokes, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my guys, man. He used to always beat me at basketball. That was my dude, you know what I'm saying? He was a competitor. Eddie Griffin, we used to play him from the other side of town. That was my boy coming up, and a lot of guys in the community who never even made it out of high school was a big influence on me.
Okay. So what older guys was an influence on you?
I mean, when I came to Central, of course I had guys like Carl. You was a senior. When I was a freshman, I had guys like Twine Kennedy. He was up there when I was a freshman. Overall, when I first got to Central, I was still really involved in the streets, but I was trying to make the transaction of being a guy in the streets to being an all-time athlete. But going to Central, it was almost impossible of doing that. So I was going to school, playing football, but at the same time, I was still getting in trouble. So really, Coach Richard's the one who really snatched me out the jungle and brought me over to the sports thing. Because the first year I was in Westside, my 8th grade year, we finally had this little football program to come together. The coaches from Central, they came over, checking out some of the local talent, seeing who was coming in Central and things like that, kind of scouting. And so, me and Richards kind of gained a connection from there. I was the quarterback at that time. He picked me out to be his quarterback. And he the one that pretty much kept me in sports in high school, so we left since senior year.
All right, so now you're a freshman at East Chicago Central. Give us your insights and your thoughts of your goals during that time.
Coming in as a freshman athlete at East Chicago Central is kind of tough because, you still dealing with the streets. You're dealing with all type of influences at the same time. You're trying to focus on sports. Most neighborhoods, when guys growing up, they ain't got to focus on going to school, getting jumped, worrying about how they gonna make money to get some clothes and things like that. So all they got to do is focus on football. They got great coaches, they got great school people to lead them in the right direction. Me, when I first came to Central my freshman year, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know if I really wanted to play football for real. My first day of either going out there to the football practice. You remember, Carl? I went to go get the football. Marcus Reeves, you know what I'm saying? I got the ball without asking them. So, you know, it's a little seniority out there and a little respect. I'm hot-headed out the street. I didn't care. Man, give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go over here.
Yeah.
So, you know, a couple of seniors got upset. This is my first day of practice. Guy from the street playing at Central. So, you know, the guys came over there after practice. I got jumped. Had to fight. You know what I mean? I told Coach I was through.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't care about no football and when I see them, it's on.
Yeah, I remember
you know
that.
what I mean? Yeah, that's the mentality I had. I didn't care. But you know what I mean? Coach Richard reached out to me. What's the other coach? Was he, Coach Lawrence?
Coach Lawrence, Coach Mason.
Yeah, Coach Lawrence, that was my boy. If you see this, man, you was my man, for real. You was always down for me, you know what I mean? You picked me up when I was ready to give up. Coach Lawrence, big ups to you, man. You know what I'm saying? But my freshman year, I came in, I was really excited, did my thing. I think if it was a record for freshman year, I had to break the record. You could ask my boys, they could check that. If Senior Moreau had the films, I know he could whip some of that out for y'all. So you can go check on that too. But you know what I'm saying, freshman year was all good, man. So I had fun. I went through a difficult time, but the coach brought me back together. Then some of the seniors came to talk to me, and then, you know, I stayed in the program.
Okay. So after your great freshman year, now you're a sophomore. Now give your thoughts.
Sophomore year, big year. You know what I mean? That was my year. Y'all know about that. Yeah, I was the only sophomore on the football team at that point in time.
On varsity?
On varsity. Started my sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. So, you know what I mean? I've been doing this football thing for a short time, but I caught on quick to it. So sophomore year came around. I was played a little bit of running back, but I was mainly the safety and linebacker. So sophomore year came through. There was a record-breaking year. Ran a touchdown back, 110, against Roosevelt. Got the record in Indiana. Tell them check on that for all the ones that got records out there.
110 yards?
110 yards from the back of the end zone. You got the tape, man. Go and bring it up. I can show you. You know what I mean? Did the Dion walk on him at the end of the end zone when I came to the back. You know what I mean? So, had a big year, man. Sophomore year was real big. I was more involved into the sports. I was playing basketball and I was playing football. I forget what our record was our sophomore year. I started getting more into the program. I think Frazier was the quarterback then.
Yeah.
We had a pretty good year, but the sophomore year, that was one of my biggest years, man. Played with a lot of good guys on that year. I believe that was 97 or 98.
Yeah, so you had Chris Brothers,
Will
Lewis,
big ups to Stunts.
Derek Wilson,
Big up to Wilson.
Yeah.
Big up to D. Man, them was goons right there I was playing with. Them was some big boys, man. Big O. All of them out that year was goons, man. All y'all that came out that year I played with. Stunt, you know you was a dog. Those, you know you was a dog. D's, Prep, you know what I'm saying? Quad, all of them was dogs, man. Them was my boys. Them the ones that really picked me up outside of football too. You know what I'm saying? So they the ones that really kept me focused. Big ups, man.
Okay. Now, after your sophomore year, now what's your mind state going to be a junior now?
Going to be a junior, man. I'm coming off a good sophomore year. My junior year was a little more hectic. That was the year my grandmother, she passed away, you know, so that was really my guidance offside the field. Once that happened, you know, I started getting more involved into the streets of things, but I still was playing football. I was kind of on you know what I'm saying, straddling, did I still want to play football or not? I think it was the first game my junior year against Portage. I got hurt, sprained my ankle. I missed about 3-4 games that year. But I ended up bouncing back. So we ended up bouncing back, you know. Came back later on that year. That was the year, who we had? That was Frazier them senior year. Yeah, my junior year. So yeah, Frazier them senior year. Big up to Marcus Cobb. You know what I mean? He ended up balling out that year. Bullard did his thing. Tommy Signars. There was a couple guys up there doing their thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Big Rick, Big Mexican Rick. You know what I mean? What's up, boy? You know what I mean? He did his thing that year. We ain't do too good. We ain't go too deep into the playoffs, but you know what I mean. We did it. It was a pretty good junior year, man.
Because y'all season ended against Maryville, I think. That was
yeah, man. On the
at home.
At home.
Yeah.
Kyle, remember?
Yeah. Eugene Wilson.
Yeah. Eugene Wilson back there. You know what I mean? We banged them boys though.
Yeah.
We banged them good though, Carl. For real, man. We got down to the end, man. Everybody thought they was gonna come in and walk over us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just shows you right there the type of programs you in is what you can take you to. It's not to say that year that we didn't have better athletes than a Eugene Wilson. Because we had better players than a Eugene Wilson. But coming from EC Central, sometimes you get lost in the system and you don't get that publicity as some other schools got. You know what I mean? So big ups to all the ones that came out in '99 too. You know what I mean? They held it down. They helped me stay focused. They helped me stay on task as well, man. Big ups.
Okay, so now senior year comes. Coach Richards is released as coach of EC Central. Now, what's your thoughts?
My whole thoughts, man. My senior year, Richards gone. What we gonna do?
Yeah.
Nobody there. Summertime, gotta practice by ourselves. Ain't got no weight program. Ain't got nothing. All the seniors abandoned. Ain't nobody there. What is we gonna do? They count us out. We got some old new coach, Hidalgo, coming over here. He don't really know about, you know what I'm saying, the players here, the players' attitudes. So he already trying to chalk the year up as a loss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The biggest thing we did, man, we came together that year and we balled out. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? The guys that I played with in 2000, the ones that played with me that season, man, they were some of the best athletes, you know what I'm saying, some of the realest guys that was on that field.
Keon
Jackson, Dante Smith, Lil B, Q, my boy B.F. Collins, Eddie Griffin, Brandon Walker, you know what I mean, the boys, Kelsey. Man, all of them, we balled. We got together, man. Everybody counted us out, and we came together, we balled that year. Dante had a real big season, man, as a running back. Keon Jackson came in there. He did his thing as well. You know what I mean? Doing some of the youngsters in there. They came in and held it down. And I think we went as far as Central had went in a long time.
Well, you was the third team in Central history to go to the sectional championship.
Yeah, we was the third team in Central history, but I feel our year was more special than some of the other years just to the simple fact that we didn't have no coach in the middle of the season. You know, don't too many coaching changes happen in high school like that, especially on the senior. You know, you go from being a top college recruit to getting hundreds of letters a week till nothing. Till the coach, only thing he telling you is about a D3 school.
Yeah.
We went to the sectional championship. You talk about D3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doubtless and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? It was kind of upsetting. So I feel it was more special. If we ain't got nothing else to hold on to, we got that year to hold on to when everybody counted us out, and we still came through. You know what I mean? Coach Richards went on to do his thing. But we was abandoned. Nobody our senior year got no scholarships. Got nothing. School provided nothing. And we ain't had these up here, half of us wouldn't even went to college. It was a done deal. We was a lost cause. And we still prevailed. So that was big for me right there.